Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. I've got a handful of Gila Bend mountain area agate nodules. We're going to cut these today and see what's on the inside. Let's take a look at them real quick, see what we're looking at. First one's got a weird skin, almost a metallic look to it. It's got a window on the back side. Looks like a moss agate or something. And then a window on the front, which looks like maybe agate or quartz or both. Looks interesting. So I want to cut this one closer to this face, but somewhere in this thicker part. Alright, this got a bigger one here. It's got some quartz showing with some banding around it. Quartz window there. So this is obviously going to be mostly quartz, but I'm hoping it's surrounded with banding. So I'm going to cut it in between those two windows that way. Alright, got a little banded window shown here and on the back. So I'll cut it parallel in between these two windows. I'm hoping for a nice unfractured pattern. We'll see. Alright, I like the husk on this one. No windows showing, so we'll probably cut it that way. A little tiny one right here. Again, decent looking husk, but not much of a agate as far as size, about the size of my tip of my index finger. So yeah, we'll just cut that in half and see. Alright, I've got a few more here. Alright. No windows really showing on this. Looks like there might be a fracture right there. Might just cut it right through the fracture. I think we already showed that one. Alright, this one's got a window. Not sure what's going on there. Kind of might be a difficult cut, but I'd like to cut it right through here. Let's see if I can miss that window and cut it up through this area here. Alright, this one's definitely got a window showing here. I don't know how deep down this window goes because this moss is covering it. When I say moss, I mean actual dirt and moss from the desert floor. So I'll probably cut this one back behind that window here. And then last but not least, got this big one. It has a window here, banded agate, nice looking face. Unfortunately, it's got another window right here. So I'm not sure how to cut this one. May have to go through a window. I really like this face the best. But I don't know, maybe I can cut it somehow like that, not going into this face, and hopefully getting most of this one. I don't know, I'll come up with something. Okay, let me go get these on the saw. I'll get them cut open and I'll be right back. We'll see what's on the inside. Alright, I'm back from the saw. Let's see if we can walk through these real quick. See what we ended up with. Start with this tiny one. It at least had a cool banded pattern in it. Kind of small though, probably won't polish this one. Maybe eventually I'll throw it in a tumbler. Alright, next up we're going to check out the one that I said was going to be quartz. It's open for some banding around it. Well, not much banding around it, a little bit, but it has a really cool pattern in the quartz. That's nice. One little fracture coming in, but other than that, it's pretty nice. A little bit of geode pocket on this side. All right. Next up, is that one I tried just cutting it through that fracture. All right, well this one's got a little bit of banding around the outside. Cool looking quartz pattern. I can kind of see that fracture back behind this. And that coloring there. You can see how it's got some color introduced into the banding as well. And this side looks like it's got a floater starting back in there, just on that end. I don't know, that one might look pretty cool polished, if I can polish that fracture out of it. Cool. All right, next up, this is the one that had what looked like some banding, something in the middle, and then a different material on the back. Let's see what this ended up being. Wow. All right, not what I was expecting. It's kind of a moss agate or some other material, brecciated looking, mixed in with some brecciated agate. Nice agate around the outside. That's different. That one might look really cool polished, just to catch all that pattern going on. Well, I like that one. That is pretty neat, different. Okay, next up, this is the one that had, looked like some banding or something going on here, and then maybe a moss back here. Got it closer to this end. Let's see what we got. Oh, wow. Okay, so it does have a kind of a moss around the outside. Some red in it here. With a really cool banded pattern with like little tubes or something around the outside edge. Let's see this side. Pretty much the same. Yeah, I have to polish that one. That looks really neat. See what that one looks like polished at some point. Okay. Next up, this is the one that had the dirt and moss growing on the bottom with a window right here. So I cut it back behind that window, kind of got the edge of the window here, it looks like. Let's see if I mess that up. No, I pretty much cut most of the pattern. That is a really nice banded agate. Lots of translucency. You can see some tiny little interior fractures that look healed going into the stone deeper. That's a really cool pattern. Yeah, that one will look good polished at some point as well. Nice. Okay, next up, like the skin on this one, I just cut it long ways. Let's see if I did a good cut. Wow, all right, it does have a quartz center, but look at the banding around it. That is really nice. This is another candidate for polishing at some point. even with that quartz center. I think this will come out really good. That's super cool. Very nice. All right, last two. It had pattern, had a little pattern on that side, a bigger pattern on this side. Cut it down the middle. Let's see what I end up getting. Ooh, nice banded pattern with some moss around it. Yeah, another candidate for polishing. So yeah, this one obviously is gonna, the pattern would have gotten bigger closer to this side, and probably smaller closer to that side. I think I had a pretty good pick of where to cut it. That's gonna make a nice polished specimen. All right. Last up, we got that big one. So let's see how I ended up cutting this. So I had that big window there, a window there, and that big window there. So I did cut it in between these two windows diagonally to miss all the windows, it looks like. I think I got a pretty good cut. Let's see if it's any good. Wow, okay, so I got a really solid pattern. Don't look like I missed any of it or cut anything off. Does have some healed fractures in it, those white lines. Other than that, it's about perfect. Definitely gonna have to polish that one. That's a nice big stone with a really cool pattern. Kind of like whatever's going on there and right here. See this side. Yeah, all right. That one came out super nice. All right, well, drop me a line, let me know what you guys think. Which ones did you like the best? I had a lot of good ones in this set. Not a lot of duds. So, good cutting session. All right, I'm out of here. Have a good day. See you in the next video. Bye.